Dang.
that people want to see.
Shout out to DreamHack. You're a very, very cool computer festival. The biggest LAN festival in the world.
Well, it's
I was
call
wrong.
it's a digital festival now.
It's a digital festival.
Yep.
There's a lot of music and art. I was super wrong. There's definitely a Pokemon Stadium on the map.
Ah. Could you imagine playing Top 64 with a rave going on in the room? It's kind of crazy.
Dude, shout outs to the Evo Twitch party. Like, they had setups in the rave.
Ooh.
Duck did a great recovery right there, and he's gonna punish with a shield grab. Kind of funny.
Okay, early percent death for Duck.
Yeah, Mew2King correctly assaulting Duck while he's... Oh my god, forward throw rest setup.
So
oh my goodness.
This is very fast-paced. HBox and Mew2King, they're coming out of the gate. They have more experience in teams and playing together. They're trying to like catch them off guard before they can really find their footing.
They have done that, man. Playing off the edge and just dominating in stocks.
Everyone likes to talk about Mew2King. It's like, oh, he's on the ledge in doubles. Like, we've seen him in the center or in the fray.
Yeah, you got that sniped kill on Duck.
Yep.
You know, Hungrybox is going to lose his first stock. Mew2King still in 4. He's camping out that back air, and no one's going to fight him.
Right.
Pretty sick. Good defense against the 2v1. Now both Puff and Samus have a little bit of a hard time initiating, so you're going to see Jigs in the air and Samus doing low commit approaches.
I would love to see, do you remember the one summit where Duck teamed with Axe and they did that strat with the missile spam? I'd love to see them implement that.
Or just...
They had Doug missile spamming, and then Axe was just comfortable enough to weave through all of it and fight with that happening.
Well, that sounds really dope. Sheik has the ability to weave through those missiles as well. Hungrybox losing another stock, but Mew2King being a robot living on the edge.
There it is. That's the other thing. If you go for rest and your teammate's not in position to reset you, the Puff can rest you for it.
Yeah, right. The counter rest.
Not often that we see Puff versus Puff in doubles.
Yeah, or just Puff versus Puff at all, right? Rest versus rest. Duck doing a great job dealing out some damage, but he is on his last stock. I'm not I think he still has his jump.
So he should be able to get back here.
Yeah, he's going to be okay. Mew2King correctly running away as soon as his teammate is dead. It's so hard to challenge him. Prince Abu with a nice back air string. Oh! And Duck covers Sheik landing.
Okay.
This is really tough. Hungrybox.
Was that a save? Yeah.
Yeah, Hungrybox saves. Almost every aerial from Jigs will save because they don't like directly kill, right? Like when you get back here, you're not just dead.
Yeah, yeah.
She has to do like another like 2 moves. So it's actually pretty sick in doubles.
Okay. So we just watched, you know, a pretty uncommon matchup and got a taste for it.
It was a lot faster than I thought it was going to be.
I think we understand Mew2King and HBox's strategy. What adjustments or like what do you think is the win condition for Team Puff Samus here?
How is Blue Team going to adapt, or what are their win conditions? This is a good question. So smaller stage is one of the first aspects. I feel like Dreamland will work against them.
Okay. I think that...
You think not?
In the face of...
They pick Dreamland.
No, here's my thought is that in the face of this fast-paced play, it's actually the opposite of what we said in the beginning. They need to establish center control. In order to deal with this aggression as a character like Samus, as a character like Puff, you want center control. Not to be in the corner, or otherwise your options are limited, and you're going to take percent, you know, slowly. So I think right now Duck, yeah, he's trying to set up camp in the center and let Prince go out and let threaten space. But ultimately, they're going to bait them in
by holding the middle.
Yep.
Duck accidentally killing his teammate, and you're right. Prince Abu has been leading the charge with Duck holding support. And Green Team does not care about center ground too much. They've been playing on the left side very long. They kind of just let the battle naturally unfold before they take center.
Ooh, that down smash by Mew2King was very intelligent.
Yeah, the next down smash on Samus is going to be a good edge guard.
Okay, so now they've managed to separate both of them.
Yeah, and when you do the 1v1, it's really tough, right?
Yep.
when the God team separates you.
It's one of the hardest situations because they have characters that are really good to hold their ground.
Jigglypuff trying to do a hold combo is cute. Oh, dang. She just took like 40%.
Yeah. So the way that they retake center is interesting. It's actually that Prince stays pretty far back, and he gives, like, he maintains this threat of space, and Duck has space to escape to with his wave dash back. He has a couple wave dash back so that eventually he can make a play and retake the center. Once Duck establishes the center, they swap, and Prince Boo moves to a forward position.
This is a pretty neat observation. Pretty unorthodox team setup too. They gotta take neutral whatever way they can, right?
Yep.
Mew2King and Hbox. I was gonna say they're threatened, but Mew2King's gonna keep his stock.
It's kind of funny watching Hbox ward off Prince, because instead of like warding him off stage, they just keep jumping every time the other one jumps, so he's warding him like into the higher into the air.
Yeah, it's a matter of the first Jigglypuff to not jump or get hit. I mean, it's a commitment though. You like lose time from your teammate as well.
Yeah.
So right here, like Prince Boo, he lands the kill. That's really significant. I was gonna say he should be helping out his teammates somehow, but I guess not. They managed to steal out Mew2King stock. Samus is...
Mew2King has opted to control center now. He's no longer playing on the ledge.
He did a really good job of pushing the characters out and letting... Like when Jigs is holding the ledge and you're knocking them out to her, she can just let go Bear and continue that edge guard.
It's interesting how when you team with a floaty, sometimes letting them get out of a double team is less about like cornering your opponents as opening up the, like widening the space of the stage. And in sports they call it opening the field. And I think it's like an interesting strategy because they'll get out by the nature of their characters.
It's just tough for them to ever break neutral. She is so much faster than every other character on this field. Prince Boo nearing his death. It is just so sick to see Mew2King like just run off a platform and threaten so much, right?
Yeah.
It's been over like 10 seconds of Duck just recovering from one fair.
Oh man.
And Mew2King is not going to do too much about this. He's not going to overcommit saving Hungrybox.
I think Duck wants to have this last stock.
Yeah. It's a little unlike, oh no. And the pummel resets the rest opportunity.
And Duck does get the last stock.
Yeah, Prince Boo had no time to steal that stock. This is going to be a lot of throw and fair setups. That's pretty sick.
They're shaking their heads.
That's pretty sick. Forward throw into fair. Built up a lot of percent. Eventually the fair had enough hit stun for a rest.
Right.
Very sick. So they tried the biggest stage. Now they're looking at the smallest stage. So
what must they be thinking now?
In my opinion, this is where I wanted to go game 2, which is close the distance on Sheik with Samus, be closer to your other Jigglypuff teammate.
Okay.
Anytime I feel like the gods are 1v1ing, they're straight up winning.
Yeah.
So avoid that as much as possible. Duck has a limited recovery there.
Uncharacteristic.
Yeah, not very normal.
That's going to hurt him a lot.
Yeah, they need every inch they can.
They're relying on him to be tanky.
Yeah, look at Mew2King. 0 damage. His output is probably like 80.
0. Unbelievable. He hasn't gotten hit yet. That's the first sign of damage.
And he took a trade there, so it's all good. Duck trying to make up for the ground he lost with that suicide.
Right.
Because too often, she doesn't have like a fast, high efficient move.
Okay. That's nice. I was wondering how Duck was going to kill, but...
Yeah, small boundaries are going to really help here. And other stages, that down smash wouldn't have been that significant.
Okay. Nice.
That's amazing that they caught that rest.
That is an important part. That's like something I didn't know, is that normally, like, Mew2King's ledge play is not that effective in doubles because if you get a grab on H-Box, he can die for it. But because it's so hard for Samus to get a grab, like all of a sudden it becomes way more feasible.
Yeah, it's really hard to do a really good 2v1 against Jigs with this team comp. So, Sheik playing a little bit harder. I've been more impressed with Mew2King's damage output and reservation rate. He has almost no damage taken. Gets really powerful fairs when needed. Boom.
Right, but H-Box has paid the price for it. He is definitely, like, when you look at the stock count, it's even.
H-Box has been dealing with the 2v1 for a long time. Duck
One
losing
puff
his...
forward
Yeah.
throw.
It was like 180, right?
Yep.
Duck losing a stock at 200% in Yoshi's story. That's amazing.
That, you can really feel the pain from that SD now.
Yeah, he needed that stock.
It's almost
Looks
as
like
if
the mash turned into transform.
yeah, no, it's almost as if Mew2King, once he saw that, he changed his strategy and realized that that would be a thing. Wow.
That's silly.
Why?
I think he laughed. That's kind of silly. Maybe he misjudged which puff was puff.
Oh, okay. Maybe, yeah, Mew2King just hates all puffs, you know?
Right.
Okay.
Everyone's got one stock except for Mew2King. Somehow taking it up real good.
Prince staying alive here, but Duck has got to give him some room to escape to.
Yeah, Duck's not going to be able to help him out, though. He's being juggled in the air. One big aerial's going to end Prince Boo's life. Jason has really good positioning there on the double team. Looks like he's going to end the game with Zelda trying to do some electricity.
Oh.
Shout outs to the fireworks.
I didn't know it made that sound, like, when you do the...
Yeah, we hear it so much better now.
Yep.
No
Threatening
tie
position,
there.
right?
Yeah, that's a 3-0 victory.
Prince not looking too happy.
No, they